In the many weeks since the first Octavian rally, Aleczaender has reformed Octavium into a bastion of firmness against anyone from within or outside the Imperium that seeks its total and absolute destruction. Octavium, with it now standing at over 600 members without advertisements or efforts of recruitment, has proven it a force to be reckoned with, as it once again rallies close to 100 people at the second Octavian rally. Above all, Aleczaender has replaced traitorous fools such as the likes of Hercules, Jayhawk, and Willicus, who did not follow Aleczander to the fullest in his vision of Octavium. In their place stands Legate Leopold, Viceroy Howard, and Imperator Wilhelm, who are totally loyal and behind the vision that Aleczander has planned for Octavium. Aleczander has given the directions that Phase 1 was about ushering an era of prosperity and joy. And with Phase 2 will come an era of purges, struggle, and toil, as Octavium prepares itself for the inevitable of reconquering its lands that it once held many years prior. The people of Octavium, since the days of the Civil War, have promised Aleczander that they will guard him at all costs, and that they will dedicate their lives, if necessary, to the safeguarding the Octavium Imperium to ensure an existence forever and ever, for Octavium to go beyond all who oppose it. From the deserts of Morocco to the mountains of the Pyrenees, 600 people are ready to fight for Aleczander against the enemies who have claimed the rightful sovereign lands of Octavium. Dear leader Aleczander, lead us to victory, because we are ready to fire millions of bombs and bullets into enemy land.
I'd like to address the States Manager of this organization. Are the men prepared for the pledge?
Yes, they should.
Yes.
We shall begin the pledge at once.
The army, regime, and legion of Octavium sing the pledge with endless esteem, declaring their undying devotion and unconditional loyalty to Aleczander with restless energy. The indestructible shock troopers of Octavium maintain that if ever greeted by the enemy on the field, that they will respond with killing them without mercy, rather than reason with them. the fearless Imperial Order of Octavium uphold, and with their lifeblood as their loyalty, that every single order of Aleczaender will be acknowledged only without question, as the Order has forever done and will continue to do since its inception during the Grand Victorian Order in December 2020. With Aleczaender now reassured with the commitment of non-stop loyalty by his people, he prepares to give the directive regarding Phase 2 of Octavium.
Comrades of the Octavian Imperium, of the Armed Forces, the Regime, and the Legion Aleczaender, I come to address you today to address the upcoming reforms and purges that are to take place under Phase 2 of the Big Plan. It is under this calling that we will be reforming the Octavian Imperium into an Imperium like none other before it. We will ensure total loyalty, total discipline, and total obedience to ensure that this Imperium is prepared and ready in combat, in warfare, and in battle for the up-and-coming invasion, to reclaim our homeland and to reclaim our nation once again. We must ensure the total loyalty and combat readiness of all combatants and militant forces to ensure this effort is successful. You have all been rallied here today because you are loyal. You have agreed to this calling like no other before because you are loyal. It is with great displeasure that I must announce a couple names to all of you who have failed to deliver on these accords. Most of you know who I'm about to mention. Some of you may not. But I name these men not because I want to embarrass them. It's not because I want them to feel pain and misery for what they've done, but because I want to make a realization to all of you that anyone is capable of treason, and anyone here is capable of betrayal, no matter who they are and what they are. I've hinted at this for the coming days, and so here it is. Villicus, Jayhawk, and Hercules were of the inner circle of this very Octavium. Some of you respect these men. You see, Hercules was once the Legion Legate. Jayhawk was once the head developer. He built this map, actually, as a matter of fact. Villicus was the Imperator for a good while. He helped with funding and developing the uniforms and hats of this Imperium. For this, these men were respected, and they were hailed as some of the most loyal men above all. I am coming to you today to expose that a lot of this is false. It is actually over-exaggerated nonsense made up by people friendly and loyal to them in order to preserve the legacy and history. And while some of these men that I have named are not really treacherous, simply just insubordinate or rather incompetent in delivering their loyalty in a manner that is satisfying, I must name them because there are a few here that believe that disloyalty is not possible from even the most loyal of loyal. I tell you all today that anyone's capable of it, and therefore all of you must stay ready for anyone to leap up and betray me at anyone's notice. But we shall move on from this. We shall replace Jayhawk with a more capable and loyal head builder who will construct and lead Octavium to the next phase of our main map. We will hold patrols, we will have businesses, we will have scripts, we will have things beyond any of our imaginations with complete and total activity unlike ever before. We will ensure this is done without Jayhawk. No matter how good he was before, no matter how good he is today, we do not rely on intellectuals, we do not rely on elites to get things done in this Octavian. No matter how good they are, it is loyalists and those who remain here for years that truly earn their position and should be in such positions, such as head architect. The Vanguard will be totally rebuilt after the previous purge following the failures of Legate Hercules and his failed goal to achieve strength, brotherhood, and loyalty amongst his own men. We will ensure a Vanguard that is totally and absolutely loyal, with total resilience, total determination behind the cause of Octavium, and will fulfill the causes of strength, brotherhood, and loyalty at no cost and at no hesitation. We will ensure a Vanguard which is loyal. We will ensure a Vanguard which is obedient to our cause. We will ensure a Vanguard like no other before, as they hail my name as the Legion of Aleczaender. We will do everything we can possible to ensure that they're at the forefront of this Octavian revolution, and when we go to war, they will be the ones leading this charge no matter what. They have been loyal, they have been obedient, they have obeyed every cause and every directive given to them as ordered as the dear leader. The regime, although it had some issues in the previous days, will also be getting a reformation. We will be changing up the ranks, we will be changing up the organization, the reforms, the leadership, to some extent, not to a massive extent. Adam has proven himself yesterday to be quite capable and to overcome these challenges he has faced. But we will ensure a regime which is active and loyal beyond any doubt. And I will be the first one to ensure this with the assistance of the newly appointed Imperator and the newly appointed Consul. With this Mount Invictus being closed to the public in the very near future, we will ensure a complete and total capacity of production towards the main map. The main map will be focused on for the next 2 to 3 months, hopefully it will be completed by June, to ensure a complete and active group like many others in this genre. We will ensure total complete activity. Hundreds and hundreds will play this game. You'll have businesses which are functioning with jobs, stores, clothing shops, restaurants, banks, all sorts of businesses. We will, on top of this effort, ensure active paramilitaries which uphold the masses and the people unlike ever before in this Octavian. We will ensure that the people are upheld by these paramilitaries and that they'll be given the right to bear arms to defend the Octavian fatherland no matter what. If our branches are to ever lose all their manpower in a war or a battle, let it be known the paramilitaries of Aleczander will rise up with rifle in hand and baton in the other and strike down on every single enemy that crosses into our lands. As a consequence of this, we will be developing some side projects, some new maps, which will be temporary and not in high quality. These new maps that we are producing will not be of Octavium. As a matter of fact, these new maps that are being produced will be owned by separate individuals. I believe the Legion, as well as the Army and several other people, are working on new maps, which will entertain this very Octavium in the coming of weeks. It will be a long time, my comrades, until the main map is finished. And so it is imperative that we all be patient, that we all develop willpower, no matter the cost and no matter how long it takes, in the development of this main map, which will be produced for all of you. On top of this, we will be ensuring that Adam Ulrich and his party of Octavian loyalists succeeds in Anglia. Anglia was once a town under the total annexation of Octavium during the 2020 period. We will ensure that Anglia once again is underneath Octavian control and under Octavian power as it was before in the past and as it shall be going forward. Adam will lead this party to victory. He will ensure that we win elections. Adam will ensure the total, complete, absolute victory over Anglia, politically speaking, as it was before. May there come a day in the future when Anglia is under the complete, total annexation of the Octavian people and the Octavian leadership as it was many years ago. We will ensure a Europe under our influence. We will ensure a Europe which is saved by degeneracy, by the many perversions which plague it today. There will come a time, my comrades, we will liberate this genre of such individuals, and we will ensure a genre which is cleansed and furthermore upheld in the unity of strong-hearted loyalty towards the Octavian cause of strength, brotherhood, and loyalty. But I must say, comrades, that although there is much to come, there is much good news for all of you, with the main map being developed With the closure of Phase 1 for Phase 2, there will also come purges, there will come disloyalists, there will come reforms. Anyone and everyone which is not behind the cause of Octavium will be destroyed no matter what. Every single individual of this fabric, of this Octavian Imperium, must remain loyal and must remain steadfast no matter the obstacles. And I tell you what, this Octavian Imperium has resisted every enemy for the past 3 years, and as it will do again tomorrow, as it will do again the next day, as it will do again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that for a millennium. When we were victorious once, we said we would last for a millennium no matter what. No matter who betrays the Octavians, no matter who betrays you, no matter who betrays me, this Octavian Imperium will maintain its cost at all costs to ensure total victory and total loyalty to what is to be brought to this genre.
Imperial Wilhelm shows his undying support for Cordillo Aleczaender and the plan of Phase 2, expressing his wishes to spearhead the reforms of purges and replacements within Octavium without any mercy for those deemed inadequate under the policy of strength, brotherhood, and loyalty.
My fellow servicemen and citizens of Octavium, today marks a monumental moment in our nation's history. With the recent establishment of the Rosenberg Bureau, we embark on a crusade of reform, unity, and greatness unlike any other. This bureau, under the esteemed leadership of Howard Rosenberg, shall serve as the beating heart of our nation's ambitions, driving forward the vision of our beloved Caudillo, Aleczaender. The Great Crusade Initiative stands as a testament to our unwavering commitment to modernization and to conquest. It is a call to arms. It is a rallying cry for every compatriot to join hands and work tirelessly towards the betterment of Octavium. Under the guidance of the Rosenberg Bureau, we shall polish every facet of our nation, revitalizing our institutions and preparing for the grand launch that awaits us. Central to our mission is the establishment of the Imperial Chambers. The Rosenberg Bureau shall establish in due time, and has already established, chambers tailored towards the modernization of our great nation. No longer shall essential operational staff be scattered across untraceable group chats which jeopardize national security. Instead, they shall unite under a state-of-the-art communication server, sharing initiatives, ideas, and receiving orders directly from the Supreme Command. We also announce the Imperial Chamber of Awards and Honors, which shall shine a spotlight on the most honorable and noble citizens and servicemen of our great nation, ensuring that their contributions do not go unnoticed. Through reforms overseen by the plenipotentiary Howard Rosenberg, we shall modernize our systems and honor the dedication and sacrifice of our fellow countrymen. In the realm of foreign relations, we shall serve as a beacon of diplomacy and strength. No longer shall enlisted or commissioned officers act unilaterally. Instead, only those authorized by the Caudillo, Imperator, or Viceroy shall represent our national interests abroad. Through these measures, we shall navigate the complexities of foreign affairs with an efficiency never before seen, with true visionaries, tailoring alliances and coalitions to last as long as we see fit. And let us not forget our commitment to constitutional renewal. The foundation of our nation must be clear and accessible to all, from the highest-ranking officer to the common and noble serviceman. Through the rewriting and reformatting of our Constitution, we shall ensure that every citizen understands their rights and responsibilities, fostering a sense of unity and purpose that transcends rank and status. My fellow servicemen and citizens, the road ahead will be challenging, but together we shall overcome any obstacle. Let us march forward with unwavering determination and loyalty, guided by the principles of honor, unity, and strength. Aue Octavium, Aue Aleczaender.
Howard Rosenberg, I call you to the stand to address the recent Senate elections.
Viceroy Howard presents results regarding the recent Senate elections in Octavium.
Thank you, Aleczaender.
Of course.
Over the last 24 hours, 16 Senate candidates have been diligently campaigning for your vote. However, today only 12 will see the light of the Senate chamber. These 12 are as follows by your vote. For the Army branch seats, we have Joseph M. Smith and Ruvi W. Smith. For the regime seats, we have Trenton V. Smith and Ivaxers. Sorry, I'm going to butcher some names here. For the Vanguard seats, we have Leopold R. Smith and Herman Kunstrom. For the popular vote seats, we have Dr. Strangelove, Suvulis, Clemis A. Smith, Plague Rictarian, Chin Rictarian, and Moonstar. Congrats to all who have won, and I look forward to seeing you on the Senate floor. After the rally today, a group-wide officer meeting will be held. All officers, after dismissing your men, join the officer meeting VC within the operations server. Very important topics will be discussed. Ave Aleczaender.
Ave. As per the rally, we will now be going to the inspection momentarily. But before we head to the inspection, I'd like to just say that Wilhelm is a good friend of mine. I've known him for about a year now, but we've butted heads before then. I believe he will serve you and serve this very Octavium very, very well. I foresee him becoming one of the most respected and competent men within the ranks of the Supreme Command. I believe that he will lead all of you to victory as the Imperator, and that he will deliver justice and righteousness to all of you on behalf of the people, on behalf of the masses, and deliver many victories over the next coming of months as Imperator of this very Octavium. I trust him with all my might and all my judgment, and as you trust me and my leadership, I ask you to trust him with his judgment. I believe he will make fair and righteous decisions, and I believe that he will uphold an Octavium which will be strong, which will be loyal, and most importantly, which will uphold the values of a strong brotherhood. Though I will still be active, Wilhelm will be taking control as Imperator, as well as Secretary of State, and various other duties. And if there's any other issues that needs to be addressed to me, you must either go through him or his secretary, Howard, before coming to me myself. As you all know, I do a lot of work outside of this platform, and so it is imperative that there are people that are in place to do as I do. There will come days when I cannot hold these rallies. There will come days when I cannot hold ballroom events and award ceremonies, or even create propaganda videos, or even micromanage as small as a pixel on a uniform. It is imperative that there are men who speak as I do, who act as I do, who would do what I would do in a position, so that I am not required to be here at all costs at every minute of time. Both him and Howard will be here to assist all of you in this regard. And so don't think of this as a retirement, nor think of this as a replacement, but rather think of this as a strengthening of our hierarchy and as implementment of an advisor as well as a helper in pushing forth this Octavium as one of the greatest, most active nations that we have seen in history. We will make way for the inspection. Contingents. Eyes right.
Aleczaender would inspect all three branches of the army, regime, and legion, accompanied by his imperial guard, as well as the Imperator Wilhelm. All three branches are prepared with total readiness to prepare arms for service if called upon by Aleczander. The members of the regime uphold that to their last dying breath they will maintain the honor of Aleczaender and Octavium.
Greetings, Alec.
Adams Oliverts, good to see you here. How'd you enjoy the speech?
The regime thirsts only for the justice against all criminals who commit wrongdoings in Octavium.
One of your best.
Oh, of course. We've really improved the characterization of, as you know, Aleczander, but I'm glad everyone appreciates and likes it. I myself, of course, enjoy it myself, more so than the former tones and cadences, but moving on from that, how goes the regime?
Very well. I think we've rallied a fair number of people right now. I see 17 on the team. And then there's Ajax, who's technically an architect, so
Good.
I'm quite proud of the amount of men we've been able to muster for this rally.
I believe you've rallied the most men out of any other branch. Congratulations, Adam. You've done very well. Did you hit your goal?
Our goal could have been around 20, but I think we may have peaked at like 19 or something. I think we got very close.
Close enough. Close enough. Very well. Well, Adam, continue your loyalty, your service. You've honestly been through quite a lot these past previous weeks, and this is only more testament to your further loyalty. You have been pressured by former close friends of yours. You have been advised against every will to oppose and betray me, and at no cost, and at no minute did you do such. In fact, in every second that you were asked to betray, you maintained your loyalty, you got back to your position, and here you are with 20 men in your regime. You've done a fantastic job. May this be a testament to what every man should do when pressured to be disloyal. Should this be, let us thank you for your efforts, and let us move on with this inspection. Ave.
Ave. Thank you, Alexander.
Of course.
The members of the army uphold that they are combat ready for battle, and if called upon by Aleczaender, they will fight for him until death. The army promises that because of their loyalty, they can never surrender or retreat in battle, if tempted to do so.
Exilium, how goes the army? Good. Yeah, you could, but it's understandable that Patrick is not here, and obviously in the event that Patrick is not present, these things tend to happen. The branch leaders of every branch, it's like their own little army of sorts. So it's no surprise to me that when he is not here, there is less activity, but I believe at yesterday's mock rally, the army rallied a good 21, 22 or so. But you're doing great work. In the coming of weeks, the army will grow and grow and grow, and we'll have thousands of loyal members who will fight and eventually, hopefully, live or die in the coming battles for Octavian. I believe the army is ready for this, and I believe we must emphasize a quality over quantity approach as per Phase 2 of the big plan, and as per the expectations of the armed forces when dealing with the enemy in combat. Otherwise, how'd you enjoy the rally so far? Good. Glad you enjoyed it. Looking forward to the future, I hope. Good. Well, we look forward to it as well. I believe there are big things to come. When the main map is finished and is launched, we will be launching 10,000 in advertisements every day. As a matter of fact, we'll be launching probably a good quadruple that number, 40,000 the first couple of days. But for 3 months straight, 10,000 a day. We will ensure an active group, more active and more larger than anything before. Every member that betrays in these coming days and weeks out of lack of faith and distrusting the big plan will regret it when in months we will be rallying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more for much larger and much more active rallies. Thank you for all that you do, Exilium, and I look forward to seeing more from you in the near future, as well as from Relissimo Patrick. Ave.
Legion Aleczaender promises and has maintained since the very beginning that they will answer his call only with loyalty and reassure him that they will remain true even in hard times. When the former legate Hercules spouted treason in front of Aleczaender and the well-respected division leaders of the Legion, every legionnaire and centurion present sprinted to Aleczaender's defense, accusing Hercules of treason and removing him instantly without hesitation. to reassure Aleczander, the new legate, and his staff
The
at
Legion,
every
as I've
interval
been
ensure
reported
that they will
by
follow Aleczander to the
Guard
fullest
Commandant
and eliminate
has
anyone
rallied
who
over
spouts
20
traitorous thinking and
So
speaks
Flag
such as
actually,
Hercules
one
did
of my tech
without
technical
second
has
thoughts.
rallied the most men here in first place with Regine and second in the army in third. Congratulations, Plague. How goes your day?
Pretty well. This morning's went really well.
Good.
I was extremely surprised the outcome of this rally.
Of course. I was told that the Legion of Aleczander had failed in its duties. The Purge was a stupid move, and I was informed that the Legion would do the worst. As a matter of fact, these predictions were so amassed that the Legion wasn't even briefed on having a new division. That's actually how confident everyone was in the Legion not being able to rally as many as they did this hour. But as time and time comes again, this is actually symbolic in many ways. We must remember that for years I was doubted before I became an official large-scale leader in the platform. In the same ways that I was doubted many years ago in my ability to rally and bring upon an active Octavium, the Legion itself was doubted in the very same way. You conducted a purge, you cleansed your members of disloyalists, you ensured a Legion which was quality over quantity. Many said that this was the nail in the coffin for the Legion. They said that the Guard and the Order should be kept with the regime. Even to the army, perhaps, to take control. I said, no, of course not. Legion Aleczander is loyal, they are devoted, they will show up no matter what, and they will uphold great progress and results as they have done before, and as they will do today, and as they will always do, with full loyalty and full devotion and full commitment to all of our efforts of the Octavian values of strength, brotherhood, and loyalty. I foresee the Legion leading the charge, leading the offensive on all of our opposition when the time comes. When we are to go to war and to fight various nations which threaten our sovereignty, we will ensure the legions to go forth and win many battles on my behalf. Legion Aleczander, I salute you for your service, your loyalty, your commitment. Privatarian, I salute you as well, and bid you good luck on your career in the Legion. You have done great, excellent work so far. Ave.
True to Aleczander.
Contingents, we may begin the organization for the parade. The army may carry guns, the vanguard may carry guns, the Legion may carry banners. You are under your responsibility of delivering these efforts yourselves. Otherwise, give your marching tool to the most capable man in your division.
As a test of dedication to Octavium, the great, well-respected dear leader Aleczander has called for a parade to show the willpower and ability of the Octavian people. In all of the world of this genre, there is no other nation that can rally, pledge, and parade like Octavium can. Bright and promising is the future of Octavium, as the regime with its many reserves has promised the premier Adam to be as loyal to the leader as much as Aleczander is loyal to Octavium. The regime does this in mind with as much loyalty as the generations before them were loyal. demonstrating the might of the Imperial Octavian army. The column of men carry their rifles with infinite passion, as they are ready to kill the enemy with courageous spirit. The army is therefore equipped with an impenetrable strategy, which ensures offensive and defensive tactics which will never fail Aleczaender in winning a total victory. The Legion, because of its unwavering commitment to Aleczaender and his platform of strength, brotherhood, and loyalty, will never have to suffer the shame of being under a weak leader again, thanks to the genius of Aleczaender, who has built a bastion of impenetrable faith in the banner of victory. This parade demonstrated not to display of fantastic aesthetics or uniforms, but rather a testament to the firm willpower and endless loyalty to the dear leader Aleczaender, who has built the greatest nation ever seen. The people are therefore unified, single-handedly, under the incredible leadership of Aleczaender.
Of this Imperium. Thank you all for participating in the launch of Mount Invictus, as well as Phase 1 of the Big Plan. I will be insisting a promotion for all attendees of both this rally as well as active members of this launch, as there has been no trainings and no other events which mandate promotions to those who attend. I'll be giving a mandate for this rally for all those who have attended or under the ranks of senior officer. Obviously, NCOs will have to earn their rank other than attending events, other than being active in this very Imperium. So, as promised, branch leaders, your responsibility is to promote the men that have attended and are within the low ranks of this very Imperium. Thank you all for your attendance and loyalty to this Octavian Imperium. In the coming of days, coming of weeks, coming of months, your loyalty, I assure you, will be tested. There will come trials, there will come betrayals, there will come disloyalty, unlike ever seen before. Now, as much as I pray that no one within the inner circle betrays me, or in the outer circle for that matter, of the high command, we must realize that it is possible at any moment, and for any reason, even if ridiculous for that matter, that people will choose to betray. So it is henceforth imperative that this army, this regime, and this legion maintain steadfast devotion and commitments to the ideals set forth by this Imperium for what is to come. We must remain patient, we must remain vigilant, and we must be excited for what is to come, because there are indeed great things to come, and it would be a shame for anyone to miss out because of defeatism or because of a lack in morale. So once again, thank you all for attending these events, thank you for attending this rally, and thank you all for being here. May your loyalty be tested, and may those who are truly loyal remain, and may those who are lacking in faith, who are lacking in loyalty, to those who disrespect me in private, or rather think little of me in private, may they be exposed and may they be vanquished in the coming of Phase 2 of the Big Plan, where we will be pursuing a route of quality over quantity. That being said, Ave Octavium, Ave Christus Rex, Ave.